boy. How are you, folks? Welcome back. It's another episode of the Josh Potter Show. 'Tis I, Josh Potter, and boy, oh boy, I would love if you went over to the old YouTube, hit subscribe if you haven't done that already. Make sure you're sending in your emails to joshpottershow@gmail.com. So many fresh and new Roach reporters out there. I'm so thankful that they're sending things in for me. Odd Track Number sent this musical number in. If you'd like to do that, you can do that as well. joshpottershow@gmail.com. As far as road dates go, just had one get a little canceled. I was supposed to come just tomorrow to Naples, Florida, and then to Tampa Bay, Florida after that. But there's a hurricane coming. Evidently, it's going straight towards Tampa Bay, so that got shelved for a little while. So keep your eyes peeled when that's rescheduled. And I will let you know that joshpotter.com is the place to find all the dates forthcoming. And if you want to let me know where you want me to go, you can go there as well. But like I said, other than that, rate, review, subscribe. Boy, oh boy, we'd love to have you. And today, had another guest cancel on me. Oh boy, but thank goodness Ramsey's here. Ramsey Badawi. Oh my goodness, he's out at the door. Always good for a good chat.
Dude, thank you so much for having me. They say Hollywood happens at you fast.
That's right, baby. You just get scooped up.
1 second, you're out on the patio, sweating your ass off. The next second, Josh Potter has fucking given you the finger and told you to sit on the couch with him.
You know, when I have a guest cancel, I always mentally prepare myself to do a solo episode, and I kind of did on the way here. I just sat in a hot Uber. The Uber ride here was arduous to the point of just, I don't know, I mean, no offense or anything, but this guy, Mohammed, I don't know if he's trying to make his car like his home country or whatever, but...
You will not forsake Mohammed's car on this...
I don't know if he's just like, this just feels natural to me or something. I was sweating profusely in Mohammed's car. And I said something, I go, can we turn the air up a little bit? And then he goes, oh, sure, and he turns it up.
One.
Like, barely.
Level one.
I didn't want to ask again. I feel like then I'm... sound like a Karen or something if I were to complain again. So I just pop the window down and I'm like a fucking dog in the car.
Absolutely.
Dying. And so I got here and I was like, we saw Ramsey here. And I was like, hell, Ramsey's hilarious. Let's have him on the show because I don't know if I could do the heavy lifting on my own today.
I think it's like, especially in those moments, everybody's talking about these self-driving cars, and they're going, oh, the self-driving cars are taking away the jobs from the Uber drivers. It's like, take them. You know what?
Their jobs.
I think we're doing them a favor at this point. This can't be a living that any of them want to have. Just driving around Josh Potter in the back while he's sweating.
Well, I certainly just would prefer it. I mean, then I could set the air to whatever the hell I'd reach up in the front and go, and have the thing go, and just blast me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. These people, I think they want to kill me.
The problem with the self-driving cars, though, is that it'll only be a matter of time before like the police hijack them. Right? And then you think you're taking an Uber and they're just dropping you right off at jail or something.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe you get into a self-driving car while you have a warrant.
Oh, 100%. This is all I do, by the way. I wake up every morning, I crush 5 Bang energy drinks, and I think, how will automation be used against me?
Well, I mean, it'll be AI is just, I've already relinquished my job to AI. I'm like, it's already doing better. It's probably better at writing than me. I'm slow. I'm arduous at writing. I can't fucking do it.
1,000%.
And now it's just pumping things out. I mean, just end. I don't know what to do. I mean, do I just end my? I mean, we're not even out of the nice boy clock yet, and here I am getting.
I'm sorry. That's on me.
I'm like, just end my life. Plug me in. Whatever it is that I have to do, I'm down.
I'm fully okay with it too.
Just take it away already. I've given up already.
Yeah, I'll stop working.
Yes,
that sounds awesome.
I mean, it's not a matter of. I just it's like stop making me have to try and live. If AI is gonna just take over, just let it take over. Yeah. I'm done, dude.
100%. I fully agree with you.
But the automated car, I haven't had one yet. I've seen people take videos in Ubers of automated cars, but I have not experienced one. Are they like in mass yet? I mean, how long do we have to go until I can I pick automated car?
I just got back from so you download the Waymo app.
Okay.
I just got back from San Francisco. The entire city is all just self-driving cars back and forth.
That seems dangerous in San Francisco in particuar.
Yeah, sure.
The hobos are going to be living in those things.
It'll be only a matter of time before some hobo combines 7 Waymos and creates an amazing mansion.
Show me a Waymo.
They're amazing.
I've never even heard of this company.
They're white cars. They got these, cameras. That's the other part too, is it's also going to contribute to like the surveillance state of like just cameras all over the place. Look at these things.
Oh my God, that's obnoxious. That's going to pull up to my house. People are going to think I'm in a reality show.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, it's got to be thrilling if you're one of these people who enjoy, adrenaline rushes. It's got to be thrilling to think this thing could just kill me at any moment.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think about that every time I get in a car with a Muhammad, but I mean, now it's even more extra, I think, at this point.
At this point, though, if a Waymos assaults you, I think that's going to be on you. I don't think we can blame the driver anymore, folks. I think if a robot fingers you while you fall asleep.
That's tough to make that report to the Waymo customer service that you got assaulted in a Waymo.
You notice the bass goes really hard. I mean, that's how it assaults you. It's got to use its sort of its roundabout way of doing it.
But really, they're just like, believe all women except for when they say they got assaulted by a Waymo driver. There are no drivers. How is that possible?
Yeah.
Well, yes. I mean, I did mention. I mean, everyone's sick from Skankfest. You didn't go to Skankfest this year, so you got to dodge the Skankfest flu.
But I think I got it because you're here.
Just comes home. That's true. You're right.
The Comedy Store is a cesspool of just viruses and bacteria. Mm-hmm. There's diseases that you think got cured 200 years ago that people are catching. Typhus.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you get typhus out on the patio.
Yeah.
If you have open-toed shoes.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So I feel like I'm getting over something. That must be you guys who brought it all in.
Yeah, no, I haven't been sick since I can't even tell you when. And I got it was like a little bit of something on Friday. And I made the mistake of also waking up early to watch a hockey game that disappointed me greatly. It was at fucking 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Hockey games shouldn't be at 10 in the morning, but it was the Sabres were playing over in Prague against the New Jersey Devils to open the season, a global series. So they shipped the Sabres and the New Jersey Devils all the way to Prague to play 2 games. So that was Friday. Then Saturday I had to wake up at 7 a.m. to watch them. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm just killing myself over here to watch the Sabres lose.
Yeah.
This is awful. But I did it, and I feel better now. But Friday I was worse for wear. It was tough. Alex, you were at Skankfest. You got sick too, didn't you?
Just slept for a full 18 hours the day I got back.
Alex was at Skankfest, and he did mention he was going, and I had that in the back of my mind, but then all of a sudden Alex comes up to me behind me. He's like, "What's up, boss?" And he's clean shaven after having a beard. And I had no idea it took me like a solid 3 minutes of conversation to be like, that's Alex.
Yeah. You have to announce yourself.
My podcast producer.
If you're going to go clean shaven after a lengthy amount of time with a beard, you got to say right away, "Hey, what's up? It's me, Alex."
I swear,
give me a second.
It took like 3 sentences for me to go, "Oh, this is Alex I'm talking to."
Yeah, if you're talking to Josh Potter, you should assume he's a little bit fucked up at any given moment.
Well, that's true too. Yes. I thought you were going to go with the blind angle, but no, you're right. I mean, at Skankfest, especially. Oh my Lord,
Yeah.
That does lean into our conversation last weekend though. When you talk to Josh Potter, you got to expect he's a little fucked up.
Just like this much, just the courtesy.
A scooge just to leave the house.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day. But Skankfest was unbelievable. I want to say an absolute heartfelt thank you to Rebecca, to Christine, to Lewis for putting it on and also having me. It's something that I pray to the Lord I can be included in each and every year, because I mean, that's one place where you go, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's not a lot of things in this biz that tell you, like, hey, it's going pretty good. But then when you go to Skankfest and you see all the people who are fans and they're coming up to you, they want you to sign their yearbook, they want to take pictures, that whole thing. You're like, man, it gives you this welling sense of gratitude. And every time it's over, I get very sad and then subsequently very sick. I think that's really half of it, is the emotional toll it takes on me. I feel things that I don't normally feel, My self-doubt is doubting itself for once. Do you know what I'm saying?
You don't feel right. You're not in the right headspace.
No, exactly. I feel like, oh my God, I feel gratitude.
Yeah.
I should feel self-loathing and everything else. So, but I am so appreciative to Rebecca and to Christine and to Lewis, especially Rebecca, because I was talking to her about perhaps shooting something down the road at the Creek in the Cave. And also, we were talking about me getting fucked up. Skankfest is like just 3 days of endlessness in terms of that. And I mean, I can handle myself pretty good. My one thing I lack in being able to handle is I don't eat. And so especially when I'm partying and when it's days on end like that, I went a couple of days without eating. And you know what got me? At the very end, Sunday night at 2 a.m, we're watching the goddamn Comedy Jam. And I had taken a 50 milligram edible.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I'm standing there, and I had forgotten I took it. And I was just kind of like, you know, I'm sweating. It's 110 degrees. We're standing outside, like watching a concert, packed in kind of. And one of my friends I was with me, Brittany, she looks at me. She goes, "Oh yeah, you ate one of my edibles." And I was like, "Oh, do I look fucking high as hell?" But it was because I was like sweating profusely.
Yeah.
And then I just like all of a sudden it was like I stood up too fast. You know, you get that like blood rush to your head feeling. And I turned to Hormos and I go, "I think I'm greening out right now." And he's like, "What?" And then I just fainted into Hormos, into his arms. He caught me and just like set me down. Rebecca was like, I don't even know where she was. She was like in the distance. Ran up to me. All I remember is I was talking to Hormos like that, and then just like I was on the ground and someone poured water over my head and I was awake. And then
Hormuz is the guy you want to faint into his arms too.
he's a big guy. He
He's a
caught
big
me real
guy.
good. He set me down nice. I don't know how my shoes came off. Somehow my shoes fell off. You know, I was like, did I get hit by a car? You know how like you see that happen? Like there's always some. That's what I felt like a fucking idiot too. I felt like a fucking idiot for fainting, obviously, but it was like edibles sometimes they catch me like that. And especially when it was the only food I had in like 48 hours, my body was like, is this nourishment? And just coursed through my veins.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it was like, I don't know how long I think I was out for like 2 seconds or whatever. Cause I literally was like, as soon as the water got on me, I felt the cool air. All of a sudden it was like, I don't know, a different temperature all of a sudden in the area. And I just popped right back up and I was fine completely. And I was like apologizing profusely to Rebecca. She's like, "Don't say sorry. It's fine. You just fucking had an edible. It's not a big deal." And, but Hormos said she ran from somewhere, like saw me in the distance or something and ran up and just, and like made it all better. So
Zip lined in using
I don't know.
Skankfest
But
zip line.
Rebecca has always been like my comedy mother. So it was like nice to have her there and everything like that. So I'm very thankful for all of it. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Home Chef. Oh my Lord. Are you out there right now drowning in a sea of meal kit options? There's so many out there and it starts to feel like a poor dating game. Oh my goodness. All the contestants look the same. It's like you're on Tinder and you're swiping left, you're swiping right. You don't know what to do. Fear not, because amidst the chaos, there's one shining star worth your culinary affection. Home Chef is not just another fish in the meal kit sea. No, it is our gourmet catch, if you will. It's the one we've been dreaming of. I'll tell you right now. Say goodbye to swiping left on lackluster meals. Swipe right for the one brand that'll make your taste buds swoon. I love meal kits, especially Home Chef, because it'll save me money. I take takeout too much. I'm doing all the delivery things. Bad news bears when it comes to the wallets. And Home Chef is saving me money, and they've got amazing options, ones that I can't even get when it comes to delivery service. I mean, some of my favorites, I'll tell you, the maple bacon glazed sirloin, that's one of my favorites. I had to remember if it was glazed or not. But yes, it is. Salmon, classic citrus Beurre Blanc. That's another one that I've been getting, and I'm a creature of habit, so I kind of get the same ones over and over again. I want to start exploring because they've got so many options over there at Home Chef. And right now, Home Chef provides fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently delivered right to the doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. And not only is it convenient, but it's economical too, as I mentioned. Home Chef customers save an average of $86 a month on groceries. I bet I'm saving even more when it comes to the deliveries. And right now, for a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life. Did you hear that? Free dessert for life. And of course, free shipping on your first box. So go to homechef.com/Potter. That's homechef.com/Potter for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. You heard that right. Homechef.com/Potter. Must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. Alex, did you have fun?
Yeah, it was.
You were working. It was fun because Alex would be working in a room and I'd see him and I'm like, we got to go through here. And they're like, they're not letting people through there. I go, I'll get through there. I just knock on the door. Alex is like, come on, Rudy. And go rock right through. But yeah, tell me what you were saying.
No, man, it's a grand old time. Skankfest it's so fun. It's exhausting to work. And
yeah, you were working it. What's that like?
It's crazy because you just go between like podcasts and stand up, and then the whole audience is really fucked up, and so nobody listens to stuff when you ask them to do it. Sure. And it's hard to run a venue and a live show that way. But
I'm curious, was this your first time working it?
No, I did it last year too.
Okay, I was going to say, because now this is the third time that they've done it in this venue. So I feel like it's old hat for them.
Sure.
So they know all the nooks and crannies. They've got their routines. They've improved upon things. Next year, it's going to change completely.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're growing significantly every year.
Well, it's not that it's going to grow. They just they're sick of doing it there because it was supposed to be like a one and done thing, but then they did it a second time and they're like, this is like good. So they did it again a third time. So next year they're like, they just want to change it up.
Yeah.
But I feel like with that will come new headaches and new things, new wrinkles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But who knows? I'm excited for it no matter where they do it. I saw Lewis put up a poll today saying that could be in St. Pete, Florida, New Orleans, Denver, back in New York. So who knows where the hell it's going to be.
My pitch, Bangkok.
Yeah, I mean, that would be tough to get some of the low-level comics out there who
think of
travel by car or what have you. I mean,
Listen, the fresh kratom, though,
that's true.
You'll be able to cut your own kratom from a tree, boys.
That's where the kratom fields are, right?
Yeah,
they have the kratom in the fields.
Yeah, that's where they have monkeys. Believe it or not, in Bangkok, they have monkeys that farm coconuts. You like run them up the tree. They
I thought you were going to say kratom.
Nah, I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure they've pointed that gun at kratom once you're running. But you put them in, they run up the trees, they pull them out. I feel like we could do something with Skankfest there.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're betting on monkeys.
Wherever the hell it is, far and wide, I will travel there to do it no matter what. So as long as they ask me, I will be there in 2 seconds. Well, Ramsey, do you watch sports at all? I know you're into Ramsey and I, whenever we have a conversation, it's out of my depth in terms of economics, finances, politics, these types of things. But what about sports?
I'm not a huge sports guy, unfortunately.
It's okay. You're not the first guest that has come on the show. Most guests, I actually enjoy some fish out of water guests because it's a lot of the audience also doesn't watch sports, yet it is a pillar of the show.
Sure.
Believe it or not. Yeah. I don't know how it happens. People come here for their sports content, really.
You're a great, can I say this? I'm excited because I feel like you're a great gateway for sports. You're not an intimidating figure. You're a good conduit, you know?
No, and I don't play the fucking sports.
Sure.
I watch them and I gamble on them.
Would have never guessed you don't play.
Beep 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 beep. Beep, 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 and I'm going to start at the bottom here, but right now going on is Major League Baseball playoffs. It is the most exciting time in baseball, and boy, oh boy, this weekend the game's electric. That's why I'm wearing the shield today. I'm just supporting baseball.
In general.
Yes, the whole league, whatever's going on. The National League, the Phillies-Mets series has just been an unbelievable amount of fun. And I've had a lot of emails at joshpottershow@gmail.com regarding the Phillies and the Mets this weekend. Lots of things have happened. And this one came from Kelly, who is, I believe, a first-time Roach reporter. She put in her email. Ooh, we got to...
I like it. I'm
trying to put in my sound here. Uh-oh, first-timer! Also the sound if we have a nuclear holocaust coming.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Kelly's probably hot, too. Kelly, I'm looking at the way she spells her name. That's like a hot Kelly girl name. You know?
She put her email as Idiot Woman Kelly, which I very much love.
You keep saying this, you idiot woman. Idiot woman. Idiot.
She says here, hey, Josh and friends, I'm pleased to be on the hunt looking for stuff to send in all the time. If you do put this on the sports segment, it would be my first time being an official Roach reporter as we played the sound and everything like that. I saw this while scrolling endlessly on TikTok and immediately thought of you and the fellow listeners. So this is video from a Mets broadcast, and it was at the tail end of the season. The Mets now have clinched the division by a mile, so they're just kind of biding their time till the playoffs, you know? And so are the broadcasters, quite frankly. So here it is. This is the video. Kelly sent an MP4. Usually it's like a link, and I send it to Alex. This time she videoed it for me and sent it in MP4. So here it is. Now the broadcast is bored. It's late in the season, and the art of it is you got to fill time on a baseball broadcast. We talk about it all the time here on this show. And John Kruk is one of the announcers on the Phillies broadcast, and this guy, John Kruk, he's a real card. Let's just put it that way. He used to be on like used to go on SNL. He used to like go on fucking Leno all the time.
Okay.
He actually is one guy where like he smoked cigarettes while he played baseball, and a guy, I think it was a guy, said to him like, it's fucked up that you smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a role model. He's like, I'm not an athlete, I'm a baseball player. That's what he said.
Pretty dope response.
Yeah. So this is the guy, like, if you saw him in the clubhouse, he's probably got beers in his locker.
Sure.
I mean, he is like how I go through every occupation in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I may not be a baseball player like John Kruk, but I try to emulate John Kruk in many of my going-ons. So now he is like broadcaster, and I'm sure I don't know if he's slowed down or what, but here he is having a little fun during a boring game against the Nationals that doesn't matter.
Should we hang out and talk to these people beside us?
Well, the window's in our way, but we probably could.
There's nothing to stop you once you get out of these windows except home plate. I'm going to talk to this kid. I ain't got nothing else to do.
See if you can scare him.
Hey!
Tom's over there just cracking up.
You scared them. You scared them.
Yeah, you scared him.
Yeah, dude.
John Kruk's yelling at me from a window over.
Yeah. Ballsy move on John's part. I mean,
Who knows who that kid is, too, by the way? Can you pause it for a second? Who the hell? I mean, that kid might be like the owner's kid. I mean, what's he doing in a box over there, you know?
He gets
That's like
scared.
up by the press box.
Yeah, he gets scared out the window, falls out, hits his head on the way down, wakes up not knowing who he is. Thinks he's Napoleon. This could have been bad, dude.
Yeah, he's killing the owner's kid
I know.
or whoever's kid. He's got
Yeah, Bezos' nephew.
that kid had a lanyard on. You know what I'm saying? That's just
yeah.
not any kid.
Yeah, absolutely. That
He's
is
freaking him out.
a child of royalty.
Pretty soon, John Kruk's fired because he killed the owner's kid. But yeah, I mean, they're just trying to kill time. This kid's fucking around. Let's see if they go back, cut up to him again. I want to see if there's any more clues.
1-1 is it foul? It's 1-2.
He still does the call. God, Tom's a pro. There's Kruk's trying to get his attention now.
He doesn't know what to do anymore. He's like, he doesn't know if he should go over. There he is, Jeff. You're making amends.
Yeah, the kid knows who John Kruk is.
Yeah,
He's like,
dude.
John Kruk's yelling at me.
Class act, you know?
Now there's that other official going over there going like, stop fucking. He's actually yelling at the kid. He gets the kid in trouble. The guy goes over. He's like, you got to get out of here. Are you disrupting John Kruk?
Yeah.
How did he take
The
it?
next scene,
Well,
he's
he
zip
was a little
tied.
shaken up, Tom.
They're bragging about how scared he is. They're like, you really frightened that kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Kelly, that was fantastic. Thanks for sending that in. And that is not the only NLDS broadcaster we're going to highlight here, because Howie Rose, who's the Mets broadcaster, who the Phillies are now facing, 1-1 series at the moment, electric baseball all weekend long. He, when the Mets clinched their big moment into they clinched the playoffs. I believe this was the play. This wasn't, I think this might be, I'm sorry, this is Pete Alonso hitting a home run to win at the bottom of the ninth against the Milwaukee Brewers. Big moment for Mets fans and Pete Alonso, and also legendary broadcaster Howie Rose. So now they're on the plane and they play Howie Rose's call for him, and they all cheer him. They give him his moment. Can you pause it for 1 second? Will the Mets just fly on like a fucking Frontier Air?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's crazy. I mean, that's not, obviously they have the flight to themselves, but that plane doesn't look great.
No, and for some reason, John, is that his name, John?
Oh, no, Howie.
Howie, sorry.
Yes.
He seems to be the only one occupying the premium seats.
Yeah, that's the thing. They put the players, unless they want to be like, we're cool, we sit in the back of the plane.
Yeah.
The players are in the back. And it even says, like, you can see on that little sign there, it says, like, reserved for staff.
Yeah.
Zone C travel staff or something like, I don't know, fucking know. But, like, yeah, say you're, like, you just work for the team, you sit in the wrong seat. They're like, you can't sit there. That's where Howie Rose sits. It's like, dude, we're on an empty Frontier Air 747. But he goes and celebrates with the team here. Keep it going. He's just eating his food. He's like, salutes Pete Alonso. Now he's going back there to say what's up to him. High fives all around.
Bro,
High fives all around. There's the team now. High five here, high five there. Blows off Harrison Bader. Blows off Harrison Bader completely. Did you see that? Go slightly back. Harrison Bader just gets left hanging. I feel terrible for the guy. Center fielder, left fielder maybe at this point. I don't know. Bat's ninth. Go ahead and play it. Bat's ninth, and he doesn't even get a fucking high five from him. Look at walks right by Harrison Bader. Has to do the pat him on the back. Has to pat him on the back just to save face on the social media.
I will say this after observing him walk down the hall, that's a boys plane, dude. That rips.
Dude, that would be so much fun. And I've heard on NFL flights and on basketball flights that dudes just like blunts and shit on those planes.
I didn't see one chick that was a dude zone.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's doing safety announcements before
You don't
this
get to
thing
bring
gets
your
started.
wife on that plane.
Nah, dude, that rips.
I hope that I would love for them to rip blunts though and shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta.
Like I said, you hear about that on NFL. Like I forget who it was, but they were on a flight, their NFL team, and the dude just lights up a blunt. The flight attendant's like, "Sir, you can't." And this is like the team plane. She's like, "Sir, you can't smoke that on here." And he was like, "Okay." And then she like walked away, and then he lit it again as if like she would be like, "Did someone else light up?" You know what I mean? Like they're on an airplane. This thing is going into the pilots are up there with their fucking things like, yeah, this is blah, 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 and then they're like getting blunt smoke in their fucking oxygen.
Would love if me and Mohammed could be awarded such privileges in the sky.
I don't think blunts is what they're worried about. You guys lighting, you know.
Well, it's fair, but I say the airplane is the one sort of social structure in America where we fall to the very bottom of the list.
It is crazy that they had smoking sections on planes. Like sections where it's like as if that wasn't getting into everybody's system on the entire plane.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like forget the fact that they're lighting things on fire and things could catch on fire when there comes to smoking. That's like one little issue. But it really is just the fact that the air is completely recycled.
Completely
throughout
recycled.
The plane. I'm sure they have filters, but I mean like what are we talking about here?
Truly. A crazy time.
Yes. I would have loved to have lived during it. And when they got rid of it, I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
But, now I live in a time where it is unfathomable. Even to vape on the plane, I get like, ooh, I'm never going to. People vape on the plane. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
It's illegal. You're not. If you get caught, it's like a huge.
I don't play with it, brother.
I'm not risking it. They're going to know.
Yeah, they're going to
And I'm going to be the guy that they're going to definitely catch.
Absolutely. Now I'm on TikTok as the vape bro who landed a plane in Missouri when it was supposed to go to, New York or whatever.
I'm already having a hard enough time doing the road. Now I got to get someone to drive me to fucking Iowa.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Because I can't get I'm on a no-fly list for vaping.
The flip side of that, which is nice though, is the smoking thing is back then you had to put on a 3-piece suit to get on a plane. Now you're in a Speedo.
It almost lends itself more to like the people wearing sweatpants and pajamas that they would be smoking on the plane. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you're actually right about that.
I feel like if you wear a 3-piece suit to travel now, you should have you should be allowed to smoke.
Yeah,
you're allowed to do whatever you want.
I agree.
At that point, I mean, people dress like fucking. What the hell are you doing? You guys, see, I can't tell you how many grown adult women I've seen with stuffed animals.
Yeah,
like as if they're going to a slumber party. When they were 6. I mean, it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's cuckoo bananas.
Yes, absolutely. You are letting me know that you were molested as a child.
Yeah, that is so... What a wild move.
Yeah.
To go, you have to put your fucking stuffed bunny through security.
To be honest with you, I'm even uncomfortable with neck pillows. I'm like, what are we doing
those
here?
things look catch me. I'd rather have scoliosis than look retarded like that. I am never wearing a neck
you look
pillow.
like you're suing somebody. I don't like it at all.
What the fuck?
You're
and
in
people
court.
just wear them everywhere.
Yeah.
Like they don't. I would hide that thing in a bag.
Absolutely.
And then I would put it out and be like, I'm in the window seat. No one can see me. And then the second they did the fasten seatbelt sign off, that thing's going back in the bag.
Unquestionably.
I'm not letting anyone see me. People are just walking around with these things.
Oh yeah. My neighbor better have a blindfold, the sleeper nightshade on. Like everybody, this is a secret.
Yes.
Sort of.
Anybody who's wearing airplane accessories can get fucked. I just sit in the seat. I am the only accessory I have is a Xanax and maybe a bottle of water. That is it.
And by the way, the guy with the neck pillow, he's not trotting.
Right.
Trotting.
This is like a 3-hour flight to fucking from Cleveland to Florida.
And it's the one flight every year he takes.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the one flight. I don't know anybody who's regularly traveling who's got one of those pillows.
That's why I always get a window seat too, because I can't deal with how many people are getting up, walking around. They're going to the bathroom 3 times. How often do you have to go take a piss? That's bananas to me. If you flew from the furthest distance in the United States, it'd be about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you have to piss more, I'll give you one time during the flight that's 6 hours. But if you're going 2 hours, you have to get up twice to piss, you got to call a doctor.
I'm with you on this one. I'm going to step in really quickly and defend the pissers.
Okay.
If that's okay. The second I know I can't piss, I have to piss so badly.
Sure.
So I think this is a lot of what's going on. It's people sitting in the middle seat and going, fuck, I now have to piss. So they're in the aisle seat. But guess what? You can do that in the aisle seat. After
Yes.
that, it's over.
Yes.
Middle seat, window, you should have thought about that before you got on the plane.
Yes.
You should have paid $40 extra to choose your aisle seat so that you could,
I can give you one. But when it's more than once on a domestic flight, what the fuck are we doing? Now, I know I'm more than the average bear. I'm probably dehydrated.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't have to piss ever. I'm like a camel. I could go all day without pissing. And I know that's not everybody. And that's why I get a window seat, because I'm not getting up 1,000 times. But when I see like people in the line multiple times, I'm like, this guy, what's going on with him?
I picture your dick coughs when you piss.
Yeah, my
Because
dick,
you're
it's just
dehydrated.
dust. I just spit out sand. It's like emptying your shoe after a day at the beach. That's how I piss. Oh boy. But I got here too. Oh, this is a good one. So also going on right now, yesterday was Sunday for those of you watching on the day this comes out. Yesterday was Sunday. Week 5 in the NFL. Unbelievable day of football. I believe when the first kickoff happened in the morning, 6:30 in the morning here in Los Angeles, when the Jets played the Vikings in London, the last second came off the clock in the final game 15.5 hours later, and I watched every second of football Sunday, like from sun up to sun. It was disgusting and amazing. So everyone's in full swing when it comes to the NFL. And one guy who, I don't know if you ever heard of him, John Gruden. He's a former coach. He used to be the coach of the Raiders, and he was unceremoniously fired because of wild emails he was sending like league-wide. There was a big probe into the league for some sexual misconduct from one owner, and through the investigation, all these emails were conjured up, and they found some from John Gruden, which pointed to him needing to be fired for just wild shit, racist shit. Sexual
I
shit.
remember this guy. I remember hearing
And
about
he used to be
this.
on Monday
Yeah,
Night Football
yes.
as well. He used to be the commentator before he was a coach of the Raiders, then the Buccaneers, where he won a Super Bowl. Then he was the Monday Night Football analyst for many years, and then he went back to coaching with the Raiders on a huge contract. And it wasn't going great, and I feel like they used this email thing as like a further reason to. I mean, obviously the emails were insane, but another reason to get rid of him was his crazy contract. And he's also a psychopath, and he is so extra horny right now for a rookie for the Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels. Listen to how horny he gets.
My heart starts beating. Watching him run around, this guy's freaking awesome. You know why I'm so sweaty? God, I've been watching Jaden Daniels on film. That's it. I just sit
And I've
here
been
watching
cranking
Jaden
my
Daniels,
dick.
and I start sweating. My heart starts beating. Watching him run around, this guy's freaking awesome.
Imagine if he was actually sweating that much from watching Jaden Daniels play. I'd be like, holy shit,
Yeah.
dude, I like football, but this guy is a maniac. I would love that. I would love to see Jaden Daniels give John Gruden a fucking aneurysm.
It'd be very scary. It'd be very problematic. Yeah, absolutely.
But why are you sweating so much? Are you jerking your penis off to Jaden Daniels? I mean, this is insane. To put out the idea that this is like all conjured up, not because you just did a workout or whatever,
Yeah.
but because you watched a young man play quarterback to a high level. I mean, that's crazy.
The reality is if you're not jerking off to this guy and you're this sweaty, that's scary.
That's what I'm saying. He better be jerking off.
It is deeply concerning if that man is not cranking his dick right now.
Pray to the it's deeply concerning. He better be coming to Jaden Daniels.
Better be seeing some shaft cranked right now, brother.
Golly, and then to put the phone on and talk about it. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Well, how bad were these emails, out of curiosity? Like, what are we talking about here?
Pull some up. These are, they were fun. I can't remember. I don't want to misquote them because... A, I could make it worse, or B, I could not even scratch the surface. But let's see. I mean, I'm sure there's some excerpts. There's got to be some excerpts. Homophobic stuff.
Emails are like taxes. Like, we could take anybody down at any moment for emails or taxes.
See, that's what I had a different opinion about the emails because I think how many people are really sending emails and LOLs and emails. Do you know what I'm saying? Text messages.
Sure.
Different story.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Gruden called the league commissioner, Roger Goodell, a faggot, and then, and a clueless anti-football pussy. You don't put that on the email that is connected to the NFL server. That's all I'm saying.
Quick note for whoever wrote this article. I would have closed with the F word and opened with a clueless anti-football pussy.
No, for football people, the clueless anti-football part is
I guess
the
you're
worst.
right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Go back. Instead that Goodell should not have pressured Jeff Fisher, the then coach of the Rams, to draft queers in reference to Michael Sam.
Wow.
Michael Sam was like the first gay player
I remember that
went into the draft.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first. I mean, the first gay player they give to Carl Nassib because I don't think Michael Sam started at any point. But Carl Nassib was like, he ended up being a player for the Raiders.
First openly gay. Obviously,
openly gay. That's true. Yes.
Funny business going on.
Michael Sam, but I don't know why they don't count Michael Sam. He was like, I think it's maybe because he didn't start. So there was racist shit too. Let's see. In the emails from 2011, while he was at ESPN through early 2018, Gruden frequently unleashed racist, homophobic, and misogynistic language in conversations with Allen and others. During the NFL team owners preseason lockout, the players in 2011, Gruden, who is white, used a racial trope and insinuated the intelligence of DeMaurice Smith, the executive director of the NFL Players Association, who is black. So he was basically being like this dumb black guy.
Yeah.
These remarks were first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Is there anything in the bottom part here? I thought, it's about Colin. Then it gets into Colin Kaepernick stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
He also criticized Goodell's efforts to reduce concussions, denounced the that's always funny.
Yeah,
you're trying to reduce concussions. Don't do any of this gay shit to reduce concussions.
Anti-football pussy.
Yeah. He denounced the emergence of women as referees and said that Eric Reed should be fired. Reed was one of the first players to join the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick in protesting racism and police brutality during the national. I thought he was going to say something funny about Colin Kaepernick.
No, just a sincere criticism.
I thought he said something. I definitely remember some choice black people quotes in there about DeMaurice Smith. I think he said, I don't even want to speculate because if I'm wrong, then I'm just making up racist emails or whatever.
Well, there was he's a guy who, if you wanted to assume said the N-word or something in an
that's
email,
what I'm saying.
It wouldn't be unbelievable, and that's on him. Not on you.
It was like cartoonish stuff about like black people that was just so dumb and wild. But, and you were like, this guy just put this in the company emails. It's like the typical thing of like somebody thinking they were very untouchable. Is there anything in there, Alex, that you can see that I'm missing? This
one just says
Dumb Morris Smith. He put it like up there with a DUMB. That's so funny.
Just like a Bart Simpson fucking.
Oh, there you go. See, that's what I knew it was going to be. Something about big lips. He said he had lips the size of Michelin tires, and I can hear Gruden saying that and thinking it's a LOL. You know what I mean? He's like, this guy here, because you know how he talks about quarterbacks, and he's like, now this is a guy who's got lips the size of Michelin tires. You know, he says it like he's analyzing a football player.
Yeah. Like he's Dice Clay or something.
Yeah. He loves that shit.
Yeah.
When he's talking about football, like a guy's, this guy's got an arm like a cannon. I'll tell you, that's the way he talks about DeMaurice Smith's lips. But moving forward, we have another video that is very hilarious. Now, Rashee Rice is a wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's recently been injured. I don't know if he's going to be on IR or what they're going to determine with him at this point. But Rashee Rice also, and I can't remember what he did. Can you Google this real quick? He is also facing a possible suspension coming up because I do believe he's the player that fell asleep in his car by LAX.
Oh, yeah,
but
I
I could
saw
be
this.
wrong. If it might not be him.
Yeah, I think I saw
But it's
this.
something like that. It was a traffic something or other. He was arrested for a warrant. Why did they have to issue the warrant?
In April, the alleged
Seems
driver
to
of
be
a
a car
Corvette.
crash, maybe a hit and run.
A hit and run. He left the scene of the crash or what have you. I just wanted to get it right. Allegedly and all that.
Yeah, of course.
So this is on, this is...
Hit and run, confirmed.
Yes, hit and run. So this is on, the people's minds when it comes to Rishi Rice. Some people are like, a criminal or whatever, And so then he got hurt, and the same week he got hurt, this also occurred. This is his mother is caught on video stealing Amazon packages with a jersey that says Mama Rice.
Oh, no.
Play the video.
Oh, caught her eye. There's that moment.
Moves it, goes, this is heavy.
I do love if I don't bend to, she did it. She did it.
She thinks she's out of the camera at this point. So
yeah.
she notices a camera.
She notices it. She should have kicked it.
And then
all the
what
way
does
down.
she do? Then does she come back or something? What?
Criminals love to return to the scene of the crime.
Oh no, that was just the video starting over. My bad.
No, yeah. It looks like she walks by it first and then doubles back.
She slides the package away from the thing and it goes skadunk. So that's like deliberate.
That's the part that I hate the most is that you're like, just keep sliding it.
Kick it down the hall.
And then we can at least have a moment of going, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's too bad the audio's there and you can hear it go because if she was just like, what? Then she's kicking it back. Also, it's like, why'd you walk back and forth down the hall? But the Mama Rice jersey is tough business.
Pretty tough. Pretty
that
hard
is a sticky wicket that identifies you right away. She could have just been some lady and then could have had plausible deniability in that. Well, how high def is this Ring camera or whatever this device is that's recording me? I mean, how do they know it could possibly be me?
Yeah.
Mama Rice. Is there funny memes in there? What else is
It's got to be something good. That's good.
Does it give anything else? Oh, I don't want to see these. I thought it was going to be a fun little follow-up or something, but interesting. So the Kansas City Chiefs continue to employ criminals, and I think we should look into them, frankly. I'm sick of them winning all the time.
Yeah, but it's part of the thing. Don't you want a criminal around, in football?
I know, but when they're not my criminals.
Yeah, I feel you. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah.
I get upset about that.
I hear you.
I have to sound altruistic. So.
I hear you. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm anti-criminal then, too.
Let's get into some hard-hitting news stories.
Now we're in Ramsey territory.
This first guy, I'm not really a fan of him. I couldn't tell you. He sings Small Town, this guy, John Cougar Mellencamp.
Oh, yeah.
I think he dropped the Cougar.
Yeah.
He's just John Mellencamp now. But this guy's a fucking asshole. Can you play this video? I want you to see what a complete and utter asshole John Cougar Mellencamp is. When you put Cougar in your name, can we find out why he did that after this? Because I want to find out why he's such a fucking asshole. He's playing one of his gay songs.
Hey, you in the red hat. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Now pause it for a second. As a comedian, we sit there and we go, I can sympathize with that. You want people to shut up. You don't want people talking during your set. During music, I don't think it would bother me as much. But this guy wasn't even talking. He was singing along with this gay John Mellencamp song. He enjoys a fan.
Yeah.
And he's singing. He's just singing along, like people do at concerts.
Yeah, he's at a place in his career where he should truly appreciate every single person who sings along.
Yes.
He should not be.
That's what you're supposed to do at a concert. John Mellencamp says, no. I sing the fucking songs here.
Yeah.
I'm John fucking Mellencamp.
Yeah.
Play the rest of it. Let's see what else. People are cheering.
I'm singing as quiet with the PA system, and you're louder than me.
Sorry, John, I'm excited about your stupid music.
Yeah. I paid $300 to see your fucking geriatric ass.
Yeah.
Give me. Come up here and fucking say it. If not, shut the fuck up.
No, John, I'm just saying I love you. I'm saying I'm sorry and I love you. That's what the guy's saying. This guy is like, I will fight you.
Jesus.
He's trying to beat up his fan. What a prick.
Yeah.
Song over before my buddy had something to tell that girl. What the fuck were you telling her anyway? You were saying what?
Now he's
You
just...
weren't listening to me, you fuck.
All right.
Now he's trying to get an LOL out of the crowd.
Yeah.
I made a tense moment. I yelled at a guy who is clearly a fan of me. I don't know why.
I don't want to get too harsh with my language, but this dude's a total anti-football pussy if I've ever seen one. I'm going to start using it out of context.
Yeah, that's my new word for it.
I take that to City Hall. The mayor is being an anti-football pussy right now when it comes to the homeless. Okay.
No, that's great. We're adopting that from now on.
Yeah, anti-football pussy has got to be in the Potterverse.
Oh God, please tell me why he is or isn't Cougar anymore. What the fuck was that about? Because anybody who says that or does that with their fucking name, is no ground to stand on.
It would be like if Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was all of a sudden like, I'm John. You're like, whoa, what happened to Sheikh Mohammed? He's like, I dropped it. I'm Khalid John now.
I just don't. Did you Google it over there? Or?
Yeah, so apparently he was originally Johnny Cougar, and it was a name his manager gave him. And then when he got famous, he forced them to put Mellencamp back in, but they wanted him to cut it because they were like, nobody's going to buy music from a guy named Mellencamp.
Yeah, well, it's not the worst point I've ever heard. Mellencamp? I mean,
I guess.
You know.
Yeah, it is. It actually, the more
Cougar's
you hear
bad.
his name, it is dumb.
Listen, at the grocery aisle in Kroger, sure, I'll buy something from Mellencamp. Country rock album? I don't think so.
What is his song? Small Town? I'm
Jack and
dying in
Diane
a
is
small
his favorite,
town.
right?
Is that Jack and Diane?
Yeah, right.
Little Ditty. What was he singing there? Some dumb. I mean, that's the only song I know.
Yeah.
Can you give me a list?
Top
I want to see.
Mellencamp tunes?
Yeah.
Okay, Hurt So Good.
Hurts So Good. Know that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
These
we know
songs
that one.
suck.
Cherry Bomb.
Small Town, there's the song.
Yep. Small Town. So all of them suck.
Yeah.
I hate John Mellencamp.
I don't know what our country is, but you know it sucks.
Yeah, this guy blows.
You know it sucks.
John
dude.
Mellencamp blows.
Yeah.
And I will die on that hill. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, I found this out too, and this story has been going around. T-Bone sent this, though, into joshpottershow@gmail.com. It's a little hack that people have discovered, evidently. And I've seen this story passed around, but this happened in South Korea. A man was cleared of a DUI charge after court said that he could not determine if he was drunk while driving, since he drank a bottle of alcohol after being pulled over. Have you heard of this before?
This is brilliant.
This is like one of those things that like a guy in a bar who thinks he knows everything sells it, and you go, you have 6 DUIs. Like, why would I listen to anything that you say?
I call them tow truck driver facts.
Yeah.
Like
That's
something a tow truck would say, a driver would say to you as he's driving you back to the yard or whatever. You know what? The logic behind it stands. Okay, they have to prove that you were drinking while operating the vehicle. So you get out of the car, you're doing the test, you chug the booze. I see it.
I know, but then it's like you do it right in front of the cop. I feel like it's one of those, like, I can't believe the cops aren't like pulling a gun on you and being like, drop the bottle of booze. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a weird, it's like a Manchester by the Sea moment where the guy's like just takes the gun out of the cop's thing and wants to kill himself, and they have to all tackle him. You know? When KCF like pulls that gun out and he's like, "Ugh," and they're like, no.
Yeah, I don't. Listen.
That's what it reminds me of. The guy just like is about to get a DUI and he's like, oh no, they're about to give him the breathalyzer and he just downs a fucking bottle of vodka or something. I mean, that's crazy.
One of the toughest parts of the story is that the man is 60 years old. That's a hard 60, brother. I mean, really, that's a game for a 34-year-old, a 42-year-old.
Yeah, but 60's not what it used to be. Jerry Seinfeld's 60. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people are living longer. 60's the new fucking 40. So that's right in DUI territory.
I will
you know
say,
what I'm saying?
Jerry Seinfeld is a different 60 than this man, I'm guessing.
You never know with Koreans.
Koreans are fantastic. You know,
they got great
genetics,
skin.
Great skin.
They're built like, they're strong.
They are the most American of the Asians. They're very, my Korean friends used to tell me they're very cowboy-esque. They love American shit, like fighting and drinking. And
there's nothing more American than drinking and driving, baby.
This is true proof. This is something that would happen in Florida. I mean, this is a great.
Yeah. And then he had the wherewithal to just pound this liquor. Witnesses said the man drank an entire bottle of soju, rice wine, typically 12.5 in ABV. Within 39 seconds, it took him to step out of his car after being pulled over. The responding officers realized this, and when they took the 60-year-old's blood alcohol content 40 minutes later, they attempted to account for how much alcohol was in the man's system before he chugged the soju using the Widmark formula. Now you got cops doing math. I don't think you want to do that.
Well, but they are Korean cops.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Different kind of math skill set.
I've never even heard of the Widmark formula. So they're deducing how much alcohol could be there based on the 12.5 ABV when he drank it. They're like seeing if there's any sort of number that's left, I would assume, a percentage that is left or a decimal.
Yeah.
The calculated BAC was still above the legal 0.03 limit. Well, they got 0.03 in South Korea. That's low.
0.03.
Ours is 0.8 over here.
Yeah. Jesus
Damn.
Christ. 0.03 is a beer?
That
maybe,
is
too?
tough. That stuff. I mean, I'm drinking and driving right now. If you do 0.03, I think I'm 0.03 at like a base level.
I don't want to play the race card too hard here, but the BMI's got to be a little lower there.
Exactly. That's like half a beer for
That's
these
half
people.
a beer.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so the 60-year-old was at the mercy of the court to decide his fate. But people are passing this around. Now, this is like, people are like, suck on a penny or something like that. You know, you hear those
Of course,
things.
chew the gum.
So I don't know if it would ever work. I'm not advocating anything, folks, obviously. Don't come using the Josh Potter show in your defense trials out there if you get pulled over and you try this tactic. But I had a professor in college when I was there for a brief period of time, and he said that, I think he was like, he was a lawyer at some point in his life, and he said that there is certain foods that you can claim that you ate that would raise your BAC, and he wouldn't tell us what they are because he didn't want us going out there and drinking and driving and being like, I ate salsa or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So I don't know what those foods could be.
Fermented wheat, probably.
But he was like, he was used to using these foods in defenses.
Oh, sorry, officer. I wasn't drinking and driving. I was chugging Listerine.
Yeah. I mean, there was always that. I used to drink. This is a real idiot. I was in my 20s, early 20s. I would do a shot of Rumplemans before I'd go because I would be like, oh, it smells like I brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Idiot woman.
Completely. So it says here, sweets and sugary foods. I mean,
But alcohol is a sugar, right? Ethanol or whatever.
I guess. How many fucking pastries you got to eat before you're blowing 0.08? You know what I mean? Vinaigrette made with white and red wine. I guess that makes some sense.
Sure.
But I mean, are you chugging vinaigrette? Also, energy drinks. I mean, boy, I'm drunk all the time.
I am wasted. It's 5 a day for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I don't know. I mean, he said that he was using these things all the time to get people off on DUIs. This professor. So I'm like, oh, cool. You know, you sound sick, dude. Way to go.
Here's something. Can I give this to the Potter fans out there?
Yes, please.
You don't have to do the field sobriety test. People think you have to.
Yes,
you don't
but here's why that gets to be a balancing game. Because if you don't do, this is New York State I'm talking from, if you don't do the sobriety test, they automatically suspend your license for a year.
So
maybe you don't get a DUI,
interesting.
but your license gets automatically
I'm talking California then. I guess this is different in every law. But my teacher, I had a very similar teacher. I think there was a lot of criminal defense attorneys who like lectured at colleges to like drum up business.
What a better place to find criminals than on a campus.
Yeah. But he told me that he said in California, once they decide to field sobriety test you, they're usually gonna arrest you no matter what. So all you're doing is giving them some boxes to tick off.
Right.
You're never gonna help yourself with the field sobriety.
Of course. I found this out because I did get a DUI in my youth.
Okay.
And I did the sobriety thing. And because I did that, because I went to that, then my license was only suspended for 3 months. And I could go to work still and all this other. It's like you get a little more leniency on that end of things. But if it's like an automatic year if you turn it down. That's what they told me. And they're like, it's good that my lawyer was like, it's good that you did that.
Let's just get the kids to not drink and drive. Get in a Waymo.
Yeah, no, I mean, get in the way. Now, if we had Uber, I would have never. But I mean, this was not even like, I mean, I blew a 0.09. I was slightly over. And it was like, I wasn't like swerving on the road or anything like that. It was just kind of one of the, like, I was coming off a exit ramp.
Sure.
And my tires were on the white line and the cop pulled me over because it was late at night. You know, what am I driving at 3 a.m. for?
They profiled you. This
Yeah,
exactly. Your car seemed to make sense with, somebody who might be out on the town.
So, and then they, smelled alcohol and there I was, I didn't have a fucking bottle of liquor to pound out there. And then the funny part was the cops actually like felt bad for me and they go, well, this breathalyzer, it's only like the preliminary one.
Yeah.
When we go back to the station, that's the official one. You might actually be low enough by the time we get back that, we don't have to do this at all or whatever. And so we get in the cop car and we go off the exit ramp and then we just get on the other side of the highway and pull into a cop station. Literally like it was across the highway. Yeah. It was no time at all that passed on the ride. I thought that we were going to drive for like a half hour.
I will say cops have their de-escalation moves that I do respect. Like they'll end the field sobriety test with you turned around with your hands behind your back, like just so they can just cuff you right away. Like they have these little tricks where they try to move you along. It's not
Cop
bad.
didn't even cuff me. He felt terrible because I was like crying on the side of the road. It was not my finest moment. And in fact, I don't want to get the state troopers in New York. This is years ago, obviously, more than 15 years ago. But I had weed in my car in a bowl, and he's like, "I'm not going to get you for that. Just do your best Jim Kelly impression. Throw it out into the highway." And I was like crying. I'm like, okay. And I threw it. And he's like, that's more like Todd Collins.
All right.
LOL. You guys, if you're a football fan, you get that joke. And then he was like, all right, get back in the car. But he was trying to like make jokes with me. And I was like, I was appreciative of that. They were nice.
I agree.
They were nice cops.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know everyone doesn't have that experience.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank God for my skin tone, I suppose. But, and just the tears that were falling out of my face. I feel like,
that helps.
Yeah,
it does help.
Just cry more, black people. What are you doing?
Seeing a grown man weep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's what every time I say. I just go, why didn't George Floyd cry more? But then I saw he did. He cried a lot.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty.
didn't really work for him. Anywho, Bill M sent this in. The video of the. I want to watch this story about. Oh, this guy. Oh my God, this is a wild story. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. Is this the one? I think it is. Go ahead, play it.
A shocking sight in broad daylight.
I was so disgusted and freaked out.
It was dinner time, just after 5:30 Friday, when a man with an apparent lunchbox crept into Catherine Baker's driveway.
Can this pause?
Lodged a
Okay, he brought his own lunchbox into the. He's carrying
lunchbox.
What's that?
I love apparent lunchbox.
Yeah, an apparent. I mean, it could just be a box, a toolbox. Either way, in it is something that I don't think he's going to eat. Maybe
cucumber in her SUV's grill, checked to see if the coast was clear, and began performing a lewd act. The police report then details what
he's for those not watching and listening at home. The man put a cucumber in a grill of a car and then proceeded to pull down his pants, bend over, and fuck it with his ass.
That was incredible. I mean, and all the while kind of checking around, making sure nobody's seeing. I mean, this guy's got to be coming hard right now.
Does he want to fuck the car or the cucumber?
Great question. It's got to be the cucumber. The car was just a tool, I think, an accessory.
I mean, he's brought the cucumber. Did he scope? But the car, it's got to be the car because he scoped it out. He like snuck into a driveway. Mm-hmm. He must have seen that car. He brought a lunchbox to that car. There's probably cars all over the street he could have fucked.
Well, once you put the cucumber back in the box, it's no longer
It's
no longer a lunchbox. It's now a sex box.
Now it's one of those toxic things like they have at the hospital. You know, they throw out the gloves and the needles and shit.
It needs the skull and crossbones on it.
Yeah, one of those toxic symbols. All right, let's watch what else he does. He fucks the cucumber in the grill. Okay.
Also quite clear in the video, the suspect chose to keep going, this time in plain view, and even appearing to notice the camera, recording the whole thing before putting the vegetable back in the lunchbox and walking away.
It was that eye contact that really unsettled me.
Pause it. She made eye contact with the camera. He's like, yeah, you see what I'm doing?
Yeah. By the way, I like that previously to the eye contact, I was settled. I was completely okay with it.
Yeah.
The eye contact, now I'm unsettled.
Not the fact that he stuck a cucumber in the grill of my car, one that he deliberately brought. It's not like he was like, well, I got a cucumber here and there is a grill of a car. It's not like he put two and two together. He did it. He was scouting this out. That part wasn't crazy to her. It was the fact that she was watching it on camera. And by the way, lady, pump the brakes. He's not making eye contact with you.
Yeah, easy.
He's making eye contact with all of us.
Sweetheart.
Come on. Yeah. Stop feeling like you're special here. Like she's eye contact with me? No, lady.
Trust me.
We all got the eye contact.
Yeah.
Let's hear this lady talk more. It's funny.
Because it then continues for longer than one would imagine.
Shocking.
How long would one imagine it? Longer than one would imagine. You mean 1 second? I mean, the entire thing is longer than I.
That was the greatest description ever. Longer than one would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is way longer than I would have ever imagined, so I guess you're right to a degree. But
Here's the thing with this 24-hour news cycle. I don't need a reporter commenting on every story.
Imagine getting this one across your desk, and it's like, I put on a tie for this. I have to go do a voiceover in a room.
Yeah.
And be like, and the man had a cucumber and performed a lewd act. You also have to write the copy. It's like, I can't say inserted a cucumber in his asshole.
Yes.
I can say that. If I was on the air, I'd be like, and the man then took the cucumber, put it in the grill of the car, put his asshole, wrapped it around the cucumber, and continued to fuck it for an obscenely long time. Imagine you have to write the copy for the story. You have to present it to an editor who then has to also read this nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's just like, at what cost? I mean, there's not enough going on in the world. There is a generational hurricane that just hit, another one probably going to hit.
Sure.
I mean, there's a presidential race. I mean, you follow the news, as we mentioned.
Of course.
This doesn't need to be reported on.
Yeah, there's 5 wars that America is involved with right now. There are 5. The Yemeni, the Syrian, there's so many. And absolutely.
But
and then
please, at the 6 o'clock news, let's make sure that we discuss this lewd act caught on camera. I mean, boy, oh boy. I mean, are they out there trying to protect other Honda Civics or whatever else? I mean, what kind of car is that?
Honestly, this should be like kind of lighthearted news. Kind of the way the squirrel on the jet skis and fucking Anchorman or whatever.
The man had the wrong tone is what you're saying.
100%.
And today, a man was caught doing a lewd act on camera.
like a banana peel slip, Uh-oh.
Here you could see the man inserting a cucumber into the grill of the car before having a good time with it. And look at the smile on his face.
Oh, he's going to feel that in the morning.
Yeah, you see it at the end of the newscast as they cut to like a picture of a sunset and it tells you the time and temperature.
Yeah, I've heard of eating your greens, but fucking your greens?
yeah, they just finished up a report on the wars that you were just mentioning. And that's what's happening in Syria. Now, on a more lighthearted note, this man caught on camera fucking a cucumber.
I full-heartedly believe this is lighthearted news.
Oh, boy.
We as a country should rejoice at this news.
No, instead it's an alert, first at 5.
Yes, absolutely. I have to be alerted of
They actually broke into an episode of Judge Judy so that they could tell you about the lewd act caught on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, to wrap up, we have another story. This involving mushrooms because I took a few of those. I had a chocolate bar, a little square of a chocolate bar in Skankfest, and this thing kicked my ass. I was fighting for my life out there. In a great way. I was
in a good way.
Having so much fun. But I couldn't believe how intense this little teensy chocolate square is. These chocolate squares are getting crazy. I've been super high on mushrooms to the point where I'm having a laughing fit. I've laughed so much I can't control it. I feel like the Joker where I'm like, and my ribs hurt. You know what I mean? I can't help it. But I've never gone as far as this. This man, in an unprecedented case report, doctors in Austria have documented the first known instance of psilocybin-induced penile amputation.
Oh, my God.
And for those of you at home who don't know, in layman's terms, that means a guy got so high on shrooms, he cut his dick off. Wild.
I think in California, the state will pay for that. That's for...
Is that how their teachers are getting the kids to do it these days? They're giving them mushrooms? Unbelievable. After consuming a large quantity of magic mushrooms, a 37-year-old man suffering from depression and alcohol abuse severed his penis with an axe. Now, that's not the instrument I'd use.
No.
Boy, oh boy. I mean, I could do it with a pocket knife.
Yeah. To hit the file on like a nail clipper.
Yeah, exactly.
With enough.
A nail clipper, yeah.
Enough force.
I mean, especially if it's soft. Fortunately, the doctors were able to reattach part of the amputated organ. I say it's all or nothing when I'm reattaching my penis. I don't want part of it.
Yeah.
Again, just keep it off if it's going to be a fraction of what it was,
Yeah. What is this episode of Grey's Anatomy?
It's like that new one with Zachary Quinto where he's like, I really just have to get in the minds of my patients.
Yeah.
The man who has to get his partial penis reattached. Zachary Quinto's like, yes. Fucking queef show.
Oh, that's so funny.
Psilocybin is naturally occurring psychedelic compound found in certain species of mushrooms, often referred to as magic mushrooms. When ingested, the compound is broken down in the body to produce cellular. We don't need to know what mushrooms do to us.
Yeah, I know.
I want to know how much this guy ate to cut off his fucking penis.
Skip ahead to where it says the case report.
The case report published by doctors at Hospital Friedrich in Austria, outlines the shocking details of a 37-year-old man. God, he's like my age.
Yeah,
consumed a large dose of psilocybin and during a severe psychotic episode, amputated his penis with an axe. God, do you hold it like? I mean, how do you even?
Yeah, that's.
I couldn't even lift an axe enough to fucking. Jesus.
I don't even know where to get an axe.
It was more of a hatchet? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It was out in the tool shed figuring out, what will I sever my own penis
If you
with
told me to get an axe, I would literally drive to the fire station and wait till they left the door unlocked.
That's what I'm picturing, a huge one like that. But he could have just had a hatchet, maybe.
Yeah. Well, they could have said hatchet.
The hatchet would have been more acceptable. Axe makes it seem like you're chopping wood and you got it, in your crotch there.
Yeah.
The man who had a history of depression and alcohol abuse.
Tell me about
don't
it.
tell me that.
Yeah.
He ingested 4 or 5 dried psilocybin mushrooms while staying alone in a secluded vacation home. That's the thing, folks. Don't do mushrooms alone. You need someone on the trip with you to stop you from severing your penis with an axe.
Absolutely.
That's why you have a mushroom buddy.
Set and setting.
Yes, set and setting, exactly.
Setting your axes, bad setting.
You don't want to be near axes,
You wanna be
especially if you're craving cutting your penis off.
You want to be nowhere near an axe.
This poor guy's just like, my dick is too big.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't stop thinking about how big my dick is. I got to get rid of some of this. Not long after consuming the mushrooms, the man began to experience a terrifying hallucination or delusion, which led him to take an axe and sever his penis into multiple. Oh my God. So that's like, how big's your dick that you're just like, like doing it like you're chopping onions.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The details of the event are unclear to the patient. You don't say. It's just delusional with pain. He's like, I chopped my own penis off. As he did not fully remember what had occurred, the man reportedly tied a piece of cloth around his genital area to control the bleeding and placed the severed parts of his penis in a jar. You got enough to fill a jar over here?
Eesh, buddy.
Filled it with snow. That's smart. He put it on ice.
Okay. So he immediately was like, this was a bad idea.
Whoops. Yeah, that's
immediately like, let's.
Immediate. I wonder how many pieces it took to realize this was a mistake.
Yeah.
He then left the house bleeding profusely. I wonder if he cut off the penis at the base and then chopped it up in a couple pieces and was like, whoa, this is my penis.
Yeah.
I got to put this in snow and pack it on ice and get to the hospital.
Yeah.
Or if he was like, haha, and chopped off the tip and was like, that was cool. Let's keep going. Chopped off another part and was like, I'm going to try one more. And then he chopped off another one and was like, this is bad.
I get wanting to cut your balls off, but the shaft? Come on,
I don't get much of any of it.
I mean, neither.
If I was on mushrooms, I might do I'm not saying I would do anything. I've never been had a psychotic break on, thank the Lord. I've seen a couple people get that look in their eye when they take acid. You ever see those?
Of course. Yeah.
They get on the no acid list when it comes to Josh after that. Because I see we almost lost them.
Yeah.
They slip away.
It's very scary.
Yes. And you got to be like, hey, reality.
Yeah.
Come back. But not enough to chop anything off.
I don't chop anything off. I love my penis. I'm just saying, if you looked at a ball sack and a penis and one of them had to go, I would start at ball sack. It's the uglier one of the two.
That's actually a good point.
If
one was looking a little more weird. On mushrooms, though, if I saw a room of axes or something, or even looked at an axe, I would be like, I'm scared of that.
I agree wholeheartedly. I'm just obsessed with this idea of going, now imagine a man, only balls. Horrifying.
Terrifying. You got to take the rest after.
Yeah. Imagine a man with just the penis and no balls. You're like, all right, that's tough, but okay.
Well, is it like, I mean, I don't have to imagine it. There's plenty of porn that have them in it.
Sure.
But also, I have to imagine, like, is it like an eyeball or something where, like, if part of it dies, the rest of it kind of dies?
Yeah, it's a good question.
So if you chop off the penis, do the balls just kind of like...
Yeah, does the whole plant wither? Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a great question.
A passerby found him in a confused state and called for emergency services. The man was transported to a nearby village and later to a hospital. You don't want to go to a hospital in a village.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially after you chop your penis off. That's when you want to go to like Cedars-Sinai or like one of the big ones.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, your bull gets into an issue, you take your bull right to the hospital at a village.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's for animals.
Yeah, animals, yeah.
But for my severed penis, I want to go to like Cleveland Clinic or something like that.
Mayo, yeah, absolutely.
The man was transported to a nearby... upon arrival, the patient was in critical condition, having lost a significant amount of blood. Who knew? I mean, he was probably getting turned on by all this too, and the blood's pumping to his dick. He was immediately taken into surgery, where doctors worked to stabilize him and control the bleeding. His penis was contaminated with soil and snow.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you got soil in your dick.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
The snow, too, it's like the water is like gross.
Every time you take a piss, it melts a little bit.
Dirty. Your piss is in. It's your fucking penis is in yellow snow because all the piss is leaking out of your
it's tough.
severed dick.
It's tough.
Oh boy, parts of the organ were severely damaged. Surgeons were able to save the glands, aka the tip of the penis, and about 2 centimeters of the penile shaft. That's tough business right there. You got now your dick's 2 centimeters. I don't know what that compares to inches. You don't want it to be 2 anything.
Yeah,
You
2
know?
centimeters, significantly less inches.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
that's as big as you can measure.
And just the tip after that, I mean, boy, oh boy.
At this point, too, 2 centimeters, I'd say millimeters. Let's put them in millimeters.
Yeah,
9,
right? That's a good point. Yeah, just so we can have a bigger number.
Just to give us a number here.
But the other sections were too damaged. How many sections were there of this guy's dick? Remarkably, the replantation was successful despite, I wouldn't call that successful, but despite the significant challenges posed by the extent of the injury and contamination, despite initial difficulties, the patient's condition improved after the surgery, although he continued to suffer from severe psychotic symptoms, including auditory hallucinations and religious delusions. Huh. I could have something to do with chopping your penis off.
Yeah.
I'm not, my penis is making me unpure.
Yeah. And not like a Christian, I'm not a man kind of way. We're talking about just something crazy here going on. That doctor, by the way, what a feat that doctor had. You know, now he's got a real line in the old LinkedIn.
Yeah, just think when he's at a cocktail party with the other doctors, he's like, "What'd you do this week?" "Oh, well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I had a successful, real harrowing surgery. I reattached 2 centimeters of a man's penis after he hallucinated on mushrooms and severed it with an axe.
And then I kept 2 for myself.
Yeah,
right on my keychain.
It's in a medical journal. I videoed the whole thing.
Yeah. You have a dick mounted on your wall.
Yeah. Oh, that's just part of the penis I reattached on a man after he severed it by himself.
Yeah.
In the weeks following the surgery, the patient experienced some complications. You don't say.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, how do you even take a piss after that?
I would venture to say this guy's mainly experienced complications.
Yeah, for the rest of your life. He had superficial necrosis, which means death of skin tissue developed on the glands of his penis, likely due to the loss of blood flow during the period of and healed over time. Remarkably, the patient was able to regain some erectile function. Well, I don't think he's going to be using that anytime soon.
Yeah.
He's like, hey guys, guess what? I can still kind of get a boner.
If I've ever seen somebody who needs to contact Blue Chew immediately for a sponsorship deal, Blue Chew, if you're listening, I don't know where
if
you're
you
at.
can make this guy's dick hard.
This is your guy.
That's what I want. That's I'll have what he's having.
Yeah, dude.
Imagine being on a Hinge date with this guy. And he's like, well, before we have intercourse, I do have to tell you something about my horribly mutilated penis.
I don't have a huge dick, but I do have a great story.
I used to have a huge dick. People are like, what? While the case is the first documented instance, that's what you want to be too.
Yeah.
The first document. It's like Lou Gehrig's disease in this guy.
Yeah.
It brings attention to a
Hans
broader
disorder.
phenomenon of self-mutilation during psychotic episodes. Oh, now it's going to turn into fucking anti-mushroom propaganda
Absolutely.
here, where they're going to be like, don't take. It's going to be like fucking, what's that shit with the marijuana?
Reefer Madness.
Reefer Madness with the mushrooms. Are going to be like, you're going to cut off your dick.
Yeah.
If you take too many of these things. Boy, oh boy, we don't have to read any of that fucking shit. But in the case report, penile replantation after self-amputation following psilocybin-induced drug psychosis. That's the title if you want to look it up in the medical journal, authored by Andreas P. Berger and Alfred Hobish. These guys went to medical school, and they had to talk all about that. Could you imagine taking your exams in medical school? One day, we're going to fucking write an article about penile replantation after self-amputation following psilocybin-induced drug psychosis.
Tough.
What a chapter. I love it. Well, Ramsey, I appreciate you just hanging out. You were out there doing your job, and you came down here, and you were hilarious, and I love you very much. I very much appreciate you pinch hitting today.
Absolutely, man.
Please
Thanks
come
for having
back
me.
sometime. Anything you want to plug, please tell everyone where they can find you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at ramsbad. I got all my tour dates and stuff on my website, ramdogwith3gs.com. Aside from that, man, thanks for having me. It was a blast.
.com?
.com.
Oh, .com. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
My bad. I really thought it was .com.
No, it was coming from the throat, brother.
I would like to get that extension. That'd be fun to be .com.
It would be.
Well, I appreciate you again, and please to be going to all the places you listen, rate, review, subscribe. do all that kind of stuff, and go to thejoshpotter.com and make sure you sign up for the email list so I can let you know when I'm coming to your neck of the woods. Sorry to Tampa Bay for not being able to make it this weekend because of the hurricane. I hope you stay safe out there, hunker down, and I'll be down there with Annie Letterman whenever she reschedules that in the next couple of months coming up here. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week right here on The Josh Potter Show.
Coming to you live and direct with the Roach. We shotgun the beers, I got time for a toast. It's the only place I get my sports like for real, son. He taught us nobody's more sus than Russell Wilson.
Here's the deal, son. Won't find us in Walmart. Josh Potter, keep it frank, kinda like a ballpark. It wasn't nothing talking all that jism. Turns out there's a lot of semen terrorism.
Now it's time we hit him. Bringing Votto to the plate. Roachy, your words with Chase O'Donnell the Great. Let me stop for a second, cause it's Ask Marty time. Cause it's idiocy, you know I cannot abide.
Not a fan of these guys, gonna damage the rise. Worse than the host known as the Roach. Leave an idiot woman standing on the side or looking like she just tripped into a moat.
I'ma kill this Henny beat like murder. Been in more studios than most have ever heard of. Pleased to be listening, hit that like and subscribe. So many Bills hats got the mafia vibe.
A lot to describe like a Roach reporter. Teacher on OF, don't report her. Trying to live life with my mannequin wife and my mannequin kids if that's my mannequin right.
Been a fan of this guy since the Roach Motel. Couple hundred weeks in, still funny as hell. From the tit cups to back sis and blind eyes, Potter has one of the best shows of all time.
Now watch this drive. Pop a couple tall cans with the Roach King and caught the vibe. Ready to pour more, scurry out the floorboards, hit like, comment, and subscribe.